Newhalem is Seattle City Light's company town that sits in the heart of the American Alps and was once home to many hundreds of workers. It's a place you can still tour today. These majestic peaks and their year-round snowpacks led Seattle City Light to begin building dams here almost a century ago. And as more dams were built, more workers were needed. Jim Hannigan still lives in Newhalem.
Because the actual construction here started about 1920. Back in that time when the construction was going on, the population of Newhalem was about 1,000 people.
This was a wild and remote area then. The utility had to build its very own railway to get its workers into the project, and with those workers came their families. Seattle City Light had created an independent company town here, including a school, according to Newhalem resident Orrin Wilson.
When the houses in Newhalem and New Diablo were first built, they had very tough winters here. The only access was by rail, so the trains would bring people up from Rockport to Newhalem. They would deboard, and everything that was here was brought in by rail. So no access in or out. Winter storms typically closed the tracks for various periods, so they had to be self-sustaining.
Behind me are homes from the once thriving company town called Newhalem. In fact, this road was called Silk Stocking Row. And to find out why, well, you'll have to take the Newhalem walking tour. It's free, and this little town has a number of attractions.
I would start at the Skagit Information Center. It's a good source of information. There's pamphlets, there's maps, there's displays about the area, and just a good place to ask questions about what to see and what to do.
Because Newhalem is still headquarters of the Skagit Project, Seattle City Light makes sure there are plenty of things to do here for both residents and people touring the area. If you walk across the street from the Information Center, you hit the company store, which was once the town's commissary, but now packs refreshments and world-famous fudge. City Light workers ship these sweets all over the globe.
I'm not sure when they started serving the fudge, but the store's been in business since the 20s.
Walk down the street and you'll see a bridge that leads you across the Skagit River to the Trail of the Cedars.
The Trail of the Cedars is about a third of a mile trail. It's an easy hike, and it actually forms a loop. You can hike out on one part of the trail and come back on the other. And it's in some old growth cedar, and there's some displays along the way to tell you about the trees and about the different vegetation there.
Or you can visit Gorge Powerhouse. This was the first major dam built on the Skagit, and it houses a visitors center with a viewing gallery overlooking the power generation turbines and some old artifacts and photos.
Ladder Creek Falls is behind our Gorge Powerhouse, and it's a very pretty creek and waterfalls. Part of J.D. Ross's development of this project was to make that a tourist attraction. So he piped in music, he put in lights, he built some gardens back there, and it's just a nice place for people to go and enjoy the scenery.
Hannigan says on a hot day this place is 20 degrees cooler than the rest of Newhalem, and those lights the Skagit Project's founder J.D. Ross put in make for a beautiful light show at night. You can even visit J.D. Ross and his wife's final resting place in Newhalem, or simply stroll the charming streets and cute houses of this company town. Keep in mind, as you're strolling, there were no roads when this was all built because everything came in by train, so you'll be getting a little different perspective than the home builders originally had in mind.
All the housing faced the river, so all the porches that you'll see on the back of the houses now were actually the front of the houses. There were no roads, so all traffic was by foot.
There's a lot of history to soak up here, so be sure to make the Newhalem walking tour a part of your Skagit Project experience.
I like it a lot. It's a very pretty place. I walk to work every morning.
Tours are free. They run from the end of May until nearly the end of September. All you do is meet at the Skagit Information Center on the days the tours are being offered. For all that information, go to skagittours.com.